Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Jade Empire Special Edition. We are now in the Imperial City, where we got a message to go see Princess Leanne. But before we do that, let's talk to our crew members here.
The Imperial City. I'd always heard how impressive it was. The stories didn't do it justice. This is all so much to absorb. I would appreciate your counsel if you have time to speak privately.
I have time to speak with you now, Dawnstar. What do you wish?
I don't mean to distract you. I just wanted someone familiar around me for a moment, if only to reassure me that we are still in the Empire I thought I knew. I have long dreamed of reaching the Imperial City, but now that I have, under these circumstances, I am more overwhelmed than ever.
I'm glad you are here with me. We are a long way from home.
But that's what is bothering me. We can't be a long way from home because our home is gone. I can no longer say that what I see is strange or foreign because I have lost what I would have compared it to. I am the one out of place now.
Then my home will be where you are, and you can say the same with me.
I would like that, to know you will be there no matter what. I've never had that stability, at least not before joining the school. As a child, I was marked by ill omens, apparently named for them. The people in Two Rivers were polite, but many did not hide the discomfort I caused them. I was watched, studied. If someone's ox died within a season of me bumping my head, it was somehow my fault, and I was treated like a pariah. How do you deal with being able to sense the spirit world when people make such absurd conclusions?
It is not your burden to try to belong when you are not wanted.
I cannot change who I am, I know. Perhaps I just have to let all of that go. It will not be easy. But I do feel that you have given me a strength I did not have before. I very much appreciate your support. We should continue this discussion later. I have much to think about, and our work here has only just begun. The Imperial City. I never dreamed I would reach it.
Alright?
Don't go too far. I'd get lost in this city. I know it.
Let's talk to Sagacious Zoo. If I can.
I trust your plans go well, despite the dangers you face and inflict. Is there something I can do for you?
What do you think of our situation?
I think it's unwise to trust the Emperor's daughter. She acts without regard for her station, but she is a slave to it like we all are. What other truths might she have missed? She may have good information for you, but I suspect she has her own agenda. Be careful. Goodbye.
I can't believe my luck. I arrive home after being lost, only to find that my wife has gone off to visit relatives.
I'm sorry to hear that, Hal.
No, you misunderstand me. My wife, she's not here. I thought I was as good as dead. Now my execution is delayed, until her eventual return, of course.
Why did you become a bun master if you were a master fighter?
You're beginning to sound like my wife. Where were you last night? Why were you talking to that woman? Why do you smell like a goat? Always with the questions. As I mentioned earlier, after becoming tournament champion for the second time, I was forced to marry my sponsor's nubile niece. She is the reason I no longer fight. My disapproving dove did not care for my drinking, or for my friends, or my fighting, or my friends fighting. She believed I should settle down, be more respectable.
Well, that's not such a bad thing.
At first I ignored her rebukes and continued fighting, but I soon learned that she was not a woman to be crossed. Prior to one fight, my duplicitous Daisy drugged my wine. I don't remember much of what happened next, which is fortunate. From what I hear, it wasn't very pretty.
Poor Hal. You're wit, my friend.
I spent the next several months under the tender ministrations of my doting wife. Needless to
This dude
say,
got
when I
whipped.
was well enough to walk again, I was more than happy to settle down. As to why I became a bondmaster, well, it's a hard, thankless job that keeps me very, very busy. Very busy.
Well, that's all we got.
As you say, I will be here scrubbing your pots until you call upon me again.
Alright, now it's Sky.
Always happy to help. What do you need?
What's on your mind right now?
I haven't been to the Imperial City in a while. I traveled here some time ago in my hunt for Gao. In fact, this is where the hunt began. I've come full circle, and I think it's time to let go of the past and look forward. We have exciting things ahead of us.
There's no shame in dwelling on the past.
There's no point in living in the past either. In my heart, I know my daughter rests as easily as any spirit now. Whatever happens, I have that. And if we succeed, I know she finds peace. If I could go back, I don't know if I would. I'm a different man now, and while I treasure the past, I look forward to the future with the same warmth.
Is there something specific you're looking for?
Besides seeing what trouble you get yourself into next, you mean? I'm excited to be back in the city. It feels like we're one step closer to our goal, but you know that better than anyone. You brought us to this point after all. Who else could have gathered this crew or found such a quick way out of Tien's Landing?
Don't discount yourself or the others.
How do you manage that kind of humility? Some sort of special training?
Let's see. I just take the time to appreciate those who are with me.
And there you have it. A simple answer is usually the best. Regardless, we have an empire to shake up. Let's go see how much trouble we can cause.
Talk to you later.
Of course. I'll be here if you need anything.
And now, Black Whirlwind.
What? What do you want? I remember one time I was hired by two warring clans. They were going to discuss a peace treaty, and they wanted me to make sure things didn't get out of hand. A bunch of fights broke out in the first few days, but after I'd killed a few dozen of their clansmen, they settled down. That's when things got boring. The leaders took the next 3 days to talk and talk, and if they hadn't let me dip into their wine stocks, I might have snapped sooner than I did.
I'm surprised you lasted that long.
The clan leaders were agreed on peace except for one thing. Jin Lo, a beautiful clanswoman. Both leaders wanted her and neither would give her up. After 5 days, it looked like the peace would fall apart. It looked like the two leaders were about to come to blows over Jin Lo. So I stepped in. It was my job to stop them from fighting. So, I cleaved the wench in two and told them each to take a half. Seemed like a good idea at the time.
Huh. Now that's thinking, Whirlwind.
They weren't too happy with my decision. Everyone turned on me. Of course, they all died, but they gave it a good effort. I don't know what they were so upset about. Better a quick death by the sword than the prolonged agony of your heart being ripped from your chest and thrown to the dogs.
Alright, that's it for now.
Whatever.
Alright, now we're done with the talking. You found another piece of the amulet and unlocked 2 more slot gems. Yeah, I know that. Alright, I'm gonna bring Sky with me this time.
My blades are yours to command.
So, let me look around.
Be on the lookout for the Scourge of the South. It is your duty as citizens of the Empire to report anyone who matches this description. Keep an eye out for a strange-looking man in priestly robes. Reports suggest he is well over 7 feet tall and fully armed. This man is very dangerous. Do not try to apprehend the Scourge of the South, but instead report what you've seen to the authorities immediately.
The Scourge of the South. I wonder how many people I'd have to steal from to get a name like that. With that description, they'll never find you.
The Scourge of the South has destroyed whole villages in the south. Many innocents have suffered at the hands of the Scourge.
I've missed the city. For everything wrong with the Empire right now, this place reminds me of what we're trying to save.
Alright, anyways, I'm gonna keep looking around. Some lore. That's always nice. But anyways, let's go find the princess.
Your parentage is below average, and your ancestry is of questionable worth. You dress yourself in the manner of a common laborer. Nobody's paying any attention.
Keep trying, just as I instructed.
Your physique seems exceptional. Clearly you are a peasant. A noble could afford sloth.
What are you doing? Why attempt to insult me?
Your breath is like the wind of an ox. Your last meal was of suspect quality.
I asked for an explanation. Justify yourself or I will take offense.
Your beliefs are superficial, and your culture is substandard.
There is no point to your insults. Defend your claims or cease this instant. I am just stuttering like crazy tonight.
You are right to demand an explanation. Forgive my servant. I instructed him to find someone not distracted by mere insults, someone who would command respect. Your demand for justification of his arguments was admirable. You are exactly what we need.
Explain yourself.
An outlander strolled into the city several days ago and now sits like a cormorant taking what he wants from the river of our hospitality. He balks at our attempts to calm him and answers requests for payment with strange coins of questionable value. He needs to go.
Okay, this city hosts many visitors. Why is he so different?
The Outlander is not a dignitary or traveling merchant. He is a parody of civilized behavior. He spews insults at the Emperor himself. So far, he has escaped the notice of any higher officials. Perhaps he was mistaken for an actor in a troupe, but that will not last. If he is reported, the Lotus assassins will take notice. They'll want to know if he was harbored or his offense was encouraged. Guilt by association is enough for them.
Perhaps I can reason with this Outlander.
That's what's so infuriating. He doesn't respond to reason. He proposes challenges we don't understand and then declares himself the winner. Several of our brightest have faced him, but as soon as they get the better of him, he sets off his strange firework and says they are beaten. Normally, the peasants like it when we intellectuals are maligned, but they tire of his presence too. Getting rid of this nuisance will endear you to many.
I will teach him to not mock our culture.
I hope your ability matches your conviction. Several others have fallen short, despite their outrage at his antics. He is in the Scholar's Garden, and no amount of opposition has moved him.
Nice
Please,
camera angle.
I hope you will prove to be a worthy opponent.
That's a quest I'll do for later. I'm not going to do that right now. Alright. Anyways, I'm going to go somewhere. We still got to meet with the princess. Yes. I have not forgotten about that. Hostel?
All those nobles with fat purses and thin intellects. I swear, heaven must look like this.
I didn't expect you in your strange training to make it to the Imperial City. You are proving to be a very interesting person. Of course, I could tell that just by looking at you. You have a very strong presence.
You changed again, princess. Who are you now?
As the Heavenly Lily, I am above suspicion, but I am restrained by fawning servants. Silk Fox can go anywhere, and people are not shy about their reactions. There is a thrill, of course, and it allows me to find information useful to us both. Death's Hand brought your Master Li to the palace a few days ago. I saw the flyer. He was bound in chains. He must be powerful, but I still don't believe he is Sun Li, the glorious strategist.
You didn't recognize him as family?
I was too young to know him. I was told that he and Prince Qin, the third brother, fell defending the Empire 20 years ago. Now it seems they may have been traitors. I discovered this looking through records for information on Death's Hand. Perhaps he tried to influence Sun Li and Sun Qin before corrupting my father. But it doesn't matter who your master is. I could take you to the palace, but Death's Hand controls what my father hears. He must be discredited for you to succeed.
I must get to the palace. What do I need to do?
Death's Hand has almost total control over my father. We must find conclusive evidence of his crimes and reveal his corruption. And I know how. Construction on the wall has stopped for the first time in generations. The workers now toil in factories building powerful creatures of stone and clay called golems. Death's Hand could use these automatons to seize the Empire, and my father is oblivious. We must infiltrate the Lotus assassins and find evidence of this treachery.
I've been fighting the Lotus Assassins. How can I infiltrate them?
We need proof of Death's Hand's intent from the seat of his power, the Lotus Assassin Fortress. It would be impossible to assault, so just walk in. They are recruiting.
I fought a number of them. I would be spotted.
Have any Lotus Assassins who saw your face lived to report back? I doubt it. They will not recognize you as the person who fought them in Tien's Landing. They have a vague description full of guesswork that has guards holding people at random. Besides, they expect an attack, not someone trying to catch their eye. I would wager that you may profit from their tasks too. Can you see the beauty in using their own methods of recruitment to fight them? I think they deserve it.
How can this be done?
There are guilds within the Lotus Assassins. Executioners look for fearsome warriors. Inquisitors are more subversive, and they look for cunning in their agents. If you prove yourself in the arena, they will notice you. My people can spread rumors of your interest. The Executioner will take a real interest when you finish the silver round. Or if you prefer, the Inquisitor recruiter is also seeking new people. He might be open to persuasion.
You know a lot about the Lotus Assassins. Why?
Death's Hand rules over the Lotus Assassins, so I take special interest in their activities. I've had most of my life to ask questions. You suspect my motives? You have no reason to doubt me. If I wanted the Lotus Assassins to find you, I could simply tell them your name.
I will go see what I can learn from the Imperial Arena.
Yes, I will have my people spread rumors of your interest. Once you pass the silver round, the Executioner will take an interest. I'm sure he will find you as impressive as I do. Or, if you prefer, court the Inquisitor. Ask Scholar Dongao in the Scholar's Garden about him. I hear Dongao is closer to the Assassins than he should be. I will wait at your flyer. Or I could travel with you. Before you get too lost, perhaps we should, discuss how closely we will be working together?
Wait at the flyer. I will speak with you later.
Of course. I look forward to it.
Alright, so we got the Princess, aka Silk Fox, as our follower. Pretty nice.
Well, look who we have here. There's no princess to save you this time.
Do you think we'd forget? You can't humiliate us and just walk away. We'll teach you to insult a guard of the Imperial City.
Oh, okay.
Legendary stone immortal.
Throw some stones at them. Nice. Not bad.
I find the scholars endlessly amusing. Talk to a few, and you'll understand what I mean.
I'm gonna read these scrolls here. There's the Outlander, but I'll do that one later. Oh, we gotta level up here. Level up my focus a little bit. And stone. See some damage. After that, I need to level up Spirit Thief. Alright, so we're gonna go to the arena and just fire our way through this shit until we get, recommended to join the Lotus Assassins. So let's go do that.
This will be a great tragedy.
Blacksmith shop.
Welcome, welcome! Someone from the Black Leopard School said you. No, I suppose you don't quite look like one of their students. Well, no matter. If you're looking for weapons, I have quite a good selection and reasonable rates. Would you like to see what I have for sale?
Sure.
Here you go. There's quite a lot, so take your time.
Let's see, +5 focus. I'll take that. Ooh, Dragon Sword. Turns focus. +5, +25% damage over basic sword. Yeah, give me that. Alright, sell some stuff. Actually, do that. I'm gonna go to my merchant here and sell some stuff.
Ah, excellent. I have many items just waiting for you.
Alright, time to sell some gems. Ooh, the Golden Tongue. That's another good gem. Alright, here we go. The arena. Let's save real quick.
That's why my men brought you to me. I wanted to finish this personally.
But
Don't even try to make this better. You should have won that fight, Zhang, but you suddenly developed that blind spot, didn't you? Did the glint of silver get in your eye?
Joe, honestly,
Damn.
You needed something for to witness one?
Yes, I need to speak with you in private. It seems Warrior Zhang has decided to retire.
I'm finished here. If you're here to fight, do what they tell you.
What just happened?
You couldn't see for yourself? I was just retired from the Imperial Arena. Guess my spot in the roster is yours if you want it. Go find Kui the promoter if you think you can fill my shoes. He's always upstairs in the third room over or so, and looking for new blood. I'm taking what I have left from my winnings and leaving.
There are rumors flitting about the city that you seek the attentions of the executioners. These rumors come from the palace itself, leaving me intrigued. You are a novice with no standing in the arena. What makes you think you are of any interest to me?
I am the most skilled fighter here.
Then show it with your skills, not your mouth. Anyone can talk about their victories. I need people who let actions speak for them. If you were to knock Iron Soldier from his perch as Silver Division champion, I would be impressed. I will be here if you wish to petition me further, but I don't acknowledge anything less than the best. Return when you are worthy, and no sooner.
In 3 years of traveling, I never found a place more lively than the heart of the Empire. It's nice to be back.
Intolerable. One more mistake, Kui, and I'll have you retired. Finding someone else is your problem.
But...
Enough! Find a solution and leave me alone.
This is not an appropriate time to... Wait a moment. You have the look of a fighter about you. Those hands, that stance, even your eyes. I'd know that look anywhere. You must be here to join the most glorious contest in the Empire. Isn't it fortunate that Lucky Cho and I were just discussing how this place needs an infusion of new blood?
The fighters here are skilled, but you would fare better than many of them. I hear the winnings are lucrative as well.
Come with me a moment, and we'll engagitate in some dissertation about the best decision you'll ever make. This is turning out to be an excellent day, most ostentatious indeed.
Don't you mean auspicious?
I apologize if I'm using words beyond your grasp. Very few people can match either the supply or the command of my language.
Excuse me. Of course, silly of me to bring it up. What were you saying?
Strong build, good shoulders, not half bad looking either. You've got what it takes to make it in today's arena.
What are you getting at?
The question is, can you fight? Are you worthy of the arena? I say the answer is a clarion and resounding yes. I may not have heard your name before, but you walk like one who has seen many battles. You are indeed mysterious, stranger. What say we get you signed up for the greatest attraction in all the Empire? The arena awaits.
Okay, let's join the arena.
That's the spirit of the thing. Now, what name precedes you in your travels?
I am called Chakaraka.
Right, a fine name indeed. But it won't sell, not at all. We need something more memorable for the crowds. Think of something that would sound engaging, ringing down from the rafters. That's how we'll bill you.
Silver Phoenix.
Silver Phoenix. Silver Phoenix. Conjures up quite an image. Are you certain?
Yes, that's what I want.
Then that is what you shall have. Come and tell me when you're ready for a fight, and I'll get you started. Since you're new, you'll start in the qualifying rounds. The money's small at that level, but it's there. Any other questions?
Let's see, it's all I need to know.
One other thing, you should talk to the other fighters now and then. They will be watching you, and you should get to know them as well.
We're all one big happy family.
You're a big happy idiot, Han.
As you can see, they always have something to say. I must say, I'm disappointed. You're ready to start your career, but you walk away. Insuspicious beginnings, my friend.
Alright, let me go ahead and save, because this part can get really buggy. So, now that we saved, let's get started.
I want to hear that you're... What?
Alright, next fight.
For your first match, we'll start you off against a mighty ogre. I'll be watching your style closely to see how you fare. Impress me, and I'll take you to the top. Even our great champions start out against the ogre. Take Raging Ox, who danced around the beast singing drunkenly to earn the crowd's favor, or the Ravager, who defeated him in a single blow. I should take a moment and explain the system we use here.
Sure.
I like to keep things simple and organized. Any other way, and things get more convoluted than the celestial court on the Emperor's birthday. When you're ready for your match, ask me about it, and I'll give you a quick summary of your opponent. I'll be setting up your matches, of course. Various enchantments woven in this place keep the fights from being deadly, but they're no less real. You'll feel the pain if you don't keep your defense up. Are you ready to get started?
Alright, let's start.
Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
A new warrior does battle with the Beast.
Legendary strike!
Not bad. Round 1 was done.
That was an impressive beginning. Normally I'd have started you off against something easier, but you practically ooze potential. You've caught the eyes of the other fighters as well. Go ask them if you don't believe me.
That really was a fantastic bout.
Beating the ogre's nothing special. I could have done better bound and blinded.
Sometimes you don't even need to ask. One fight does not make a champion, though. There are many more opponents ahead of you. Let's move on, shall we?
Alright, what's my next one?
Since you held your own against the ogre brute last time, I'm going to try something exciting for the crowd. I've got 4 boys from some school west of the city who've been bothering me for some tougher matches. I'm giving you all of them at once. It'll wow the crowd and teach them a lesson at the same time. Remember to watch your sides and back. Are you ready to get started?
Alright, round 2.
Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
Four students test their skills against one master.
Focus!
Done deal.
Those boys won't be back anytime soon. Losing as a group to one opponent would shame a peasant, let alone a student of the martial arts.
Alright, what's my next one?
The crowd's starting to catch on to you. Have you noticed? People like you, and now I'm going to make sure they pay attention. I'm going to have a roughly hewn statue hauled into the ring. I want you to discombobulate it. Destroy the statue quickly enough, and I'll give you a shot at hapless harm.
Destroy statue? No
Are
problem.
you ready to get started?
Let's do it.
Excellent. Follow me, and we'll get you ready for your next match.
Unyielding stone meets the press of time.
Focus! Focus!
Not bad.
Excellent work. You have bested time itself in destroying that statue. No mean feat, I assure you.
Alright, next fight.
I think you're ready to face hapless Han. Show me you're ready for the big time, and I'll make sure you don't have to dance with the children anymore. Are you ready to get started?
Yep, let's do it.
Excellent. Follow me, and we'll get you ready for your next match.
Can Silver Phoenix surpass Hapless Han and leave the qualifying division?
Stone Immortal! Legendary strike!
You dealt with Han very well. I knew you would. All of our professional fighters move past him eventually.
Kui, that will be enough. I bring you a message from my employer, Kailan the Serpent. He is impressed with how far you have come in such a short while. The Serpent wants you to know that he is watching your progress very closely. He is most interested to see how you fare in the Bronze Division. Kui, you may breathe again. That is all I had to say.
Well, that was good, I think.
Tell me more about Kai Lin, the Serpent.
He has a distinct interest in the proceedings here. He is an ex-champion, you see. He retired some time ago, even before Raging Ox, who was the champion before the Ravager. Kailan couldn't leave the arena alone. He has become a very important man here with the help of a group called the Guild.
Why do you let Lucky Cho push you around, Kui?
Lucky Cho is a thug, pure and simple, but he's very good at what he does. He is also a member of the Guild and reports directly to Kailan. Kailan oversees things here in the arena, and the Guild ensures that the authorities leave us in peace.
Let's see, enough of what Lucky Cho said. Can you tell me more about the Guild?
The Guild is the organization that controls all of the betting in this place. That gives them considerable sway. It is good that they are happy with your progress. Between us, the Guild is also involved in more illicit activities. They are very sensitive about remaining an open secret. Many know about them, but few acknowledge that fact. Right now is a particularly dangerous time, as one of the leaders of the Guild has recently been inhumed. Kailan sees this as an opportunity. Do not discuss them openly. The Guild has many ears. You may ask some of the others in the arena about them if you wish, but I would not bring it up to just anyone.
I'll be careful who I talk to.
A wise decision. Very wise. For the sake of your career, I suggest that you limit any questions you have to your fellow fighters.
Well done! That fight was much better than this wine. With all the pure water pouring from the palace, you'd think they might have learned how to make wine that didn't taste like goat piss.
Black Whirlwind, that is you. Are you back to...
No, just here visiting, and making sure nothing happens to your newest fighter.
So you won't be...
No, leave it alone, Kui. You know better than to bring this up. Just mind your business, promoter, and I'll mind mine.
You travel in curious company. Regardless, when you're ready, come talk to me again and we'll discuss your next match.
Hold on, Kui. How do you know the Black Whirlwind?
I know him, yes, but I know better than to contravigate his wishes. If you want to talk about it, ask him. I'm staying out of it. What do you need?
Alright. There's nothing else I need.
Do not be gone too long. Kana may well rise to become the Silver Division champion while you're away.
Go ahead and save once again. Give me one moment, guys. I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. Talk to some people.
Fascinating. How very interesting to meet you. Fate may have robbed me of my sight at a young age, but I can still sense the energy within your meridians. Impressive, and yet somewhat strange.
What's strange about my energy?
I don't know what it is about you exactly, but I would say you have been trained like no other warrior in this place. What I do know is that several of the techniques pioneered by what we call the new schools would have astonishing effects on one with your energy.
The new schools of what?
Allow me a formal introduction. I am Dr. An, acupuncturist. You are one of the arena's contestants, are you not? I hear talk that you are one of the most promising new contenders. But I should not prattle on at you. What do you need from me?
What do you got to sell?
Of course. Have a look.
Ooh. You got some good shit. Might just sacrifice a couple of gems. Especially this one. Let's talk to Kui.
Many people try to break into the bronze division.
You deserve it. It was an honor to face you.
Crimson Kana is the champion of this round. You'll have to face her.
Alright, I'm ready.
Now that you have qualified for the bronze division, your challenges will be more difficult, but you'll earn greater rewards. The stars themselves need to hear of Silver Phoenix if you're to make it in this division, so I've prepared a match to remember. The guards rounded up a group of subhuman things around the Great Southern Forest. We're going to release them into the ring in groups for you. Are you ready to get started?
Yep, let's do it.
Excellent.
Yeah! These monsters crave the flesh of man.
Oh, cannibals, of course.
That was a good start to the bronze division. Those beasts are far stronger than they look.
Alright, next one.
Next, you're going to step into what we call the Pit of Pain. It's not the most original name, I'll admit, but that's 500 years of tradition for you. The arena floor will be set up with ancient magical devices. They will attempt to fry you to a crisp, much to the crowd's delight. Your job is to stay on your feet for the course of the match while they fling deadly projectiles your way. I'd suggest dodging, but that's just me. Are you ready to get started?
Let's do it.
Excellent.
The Pit of Pain. Only the quick survive its fiery embrace.
Alright, here we go. 50 seconds. Damn. Oh man, they're everywhere. Made it.
Fantastic! A test of speed passed with exceptional celery. Now
Your sudden and polite silences are always appreciated, Qui. I'm sure you won't mind if I take a moment to pass a message to Silver Phoenix. Kylon the Serpent has, as promised, been watching you intently. You have impressed him so far, and he is interested to see how you fare in your next match. The Serpent foresees your victory in the next match, and he has backed his prediction with Silver. He sincerely hopes that his faith in your skills was not misplaced. That is all. If you will excuse me, I have some people who need to be spoken to.
Ha! Well, I'm certain that won't be a problem for you. Did you have a question for me?
No. I'm ready for my next fight.
Ah, yes, your next fight. There's been a bit of a change in plans. Not that it will affect you too much, of course. It's all part of the traditions of the arena, you see. I have word that you're going to be facing a fighter specially chosen from the guild, you see. As soon as you're ready, you'll be facing him instead of a normal match.
Who did you originally see as my opponent?
I was originally thinking that you'd done well enough to face Crimson Kana for the Bronze Division Championship. Things change when the guild is involved, though.
Very well. I will deal with this guild thug.
I'm certain it will be a small thing. Best to just finish it now. Are you ready to get started?
Yep.
Excellent.
Yeah!
Many of you are asking yourselves why the serpent would return to the ring. Am I not retired? Yes! But does that mean I do not care about your entertainment? No! We've all seen the flawless technique of the soaring star that is Silver Phoenix. Now, it is time to put these aptly demonstrated skills to the test. And so, the serpent gives you a real spectacle. Have your silver handy to place your wagers. I give you evil and terror incarnate.
Oh, Toadsy.
was an exceptional fight. I haven't seen demons in the ring before.
I hope this proved my skills to you.
No one questions your skills. That is why you were allowed to fight that beast. I'm convinced that you deserve a shot at Crimson Kana. Your victory has sealed the deal. That reminds me, I was asked to instruct you to talk with Lucky Cho before your next match.
What did he want to talk about?
He didn't say, and when I asked, he gave me that glare of his. Go, speak with him now. The sooner you do, the sooner I can return you to the ring.
Alrighty. Save real quick.
I always wanted to see the back rooms of this place. Frankly, I expected them to be seedier.
Before you face Kana, I'd like to present you with a mutually beneficial arrangement.
Who else is benefiting from this arrangement?
Fortunately for you, my employer, Kailan the Serpent, has a vested interest in your success against Kana. This is Sweet Poison Lin, a master of the Toxicant arts. Sweet Poison, standing before you is Silver Phoenix, the one we discussed.
I know this one by reputation, and that's enough. I trust you'll consider this discussion private and potentially very beneficial.
I don't like the tone of this offer of yours is taken.
Not even if it offers you a chance at the Bronze Division Championship? Crimson Kana's rise to Bronze Division Champion has been good for business, but she has become troublesome of late. She believes that the Serpent runs the arena with little concern for honor, and she's right. The problem is that she cares.
What does this have to do with me?
The Serpent and I believe that Kana needs to be stopped. We want you to replace her as the Bronze Champion.
Go on.
It should be a simple matter to slip a slow-acting but extremely deadly poison into Kana's drink before the match.
I will not be party to a murder.
She will be dealt with regardless. Why not benefit from our actions and ensure that her removal is clean?
When Cho approached me regarding this matter, I felt that it might be in the best interests of the Greater Guild if I were involved.
If you accept, the Guild will cover half of Lin's usual fee. The remaining cost would be roughly half of your winnings from defeating Kana.
I will not dishonor myself by resorting to poison.
If that is your choice, then so be it. You may deal with Kana on your own. I strongly advise you not to bring this up to anyone. I hope my point speaks for itself.
From what I've gathered, the bribes flowing from this place would make telling the officials useless. But what if we told Kana herself?
Our business is concluded. It is time for you to leave.
Oh, this is Kana.
Fa'awir nis tu kuiruk. Ayer fun. Sair irwu nisir tintina yewir. Wafun. Wo nisir wir uknoku nafifir. Patiye.
I should warn you, Lucky Cho is trying to eliminate you.
Sair uyufris patuye.
Lucky Cho offered me the service of a poisoner.
Uksair kun ni kakno aku kwawir fwisir aku fagita. Uksair caritas funir sisair ir furk tatasir ir karanos sakupono.
I consider you a worthy opponent. I want to make sure our match is honest.
Uksir watuafu ni froto usosawir uktatasir ni ryoki. Wono wiri fuiro tarir noka sisayir na workurk tanti. Aka wo na wir sawir sansi noka uk napir. Nara wir wo ifuir uk sunurk.
That is a fine reward. Thank you.
Wo sayer pinir sokart ayawir.
Alright, that's all I want to know. Ask you.
Wo sayer pinir sokart ayawir.
Another time. Let's do this.
I want to hear that you... What? Until the guild stepped in, I was ready to give you an attempt at the bronze division for your last match. Now it's time. Are you ready to face Crimson Kana, the finest sword this august arena has seen in 5 generations?
Let's do it.
Excellent.
Silver Phoenix stands to take control of the Bronze Division from Crimson Kana.
Stone him up.
Kana's winning streak has been broken at last. I don't know if you've heard, but Kana has proclaimed that the first fighter who extriciates her from her championship will learn the secrets of her technique.
Wo sayer pinir sokart ayawir.
The crowd loved that fight. I think it was worth some extra silver, don't you?
Come now, the arena works on a strictly regenerated payment system for the fights. There's no way I can give you extra.
Alright, let's see if my persuasion worked. I make it easier for you to fill the seats. That means nothing to you?
I mean no offense. It's just, I see your point. Here, take this, and don't tell the others.
Sweet.
Now that that's settled, what else can I do for you?
Alright.
When you walk the streets and hear your name among the crowds, be sure that your ego does not swell like the body of 11 gaping maw, god of inopportune gluttony.
Talk to her.
Wo sawayer noka uk raproni apawafa sonsi yer kuwiro. Wo nikfa for wo sawier kon.
What will you do now?
Upwiro ni sayer tatasi yeruyu. Wo nawir siyer fun he winyanakan. Sata kwa wir ni wo sawir sawawira suyer cook. Wo sawayer noka ukrapani apawafa sonsi yer tuyeru.
Why wouldn't you exploit that opening?
Wo ifuir uk sunurk danowe na wafta tasiyeruk. On we pifir. Wono wiri fuir uk tarir noka sisayer na workurk tanti.
I will discuss it with him.
Wo sawayer noka uk raproni apawafa sonsiyer tuirwo. Wo sayer pinir sokart ayawir. Tier nik puntuir, poir nokauk, sayer takitir noni.
The Crimson Tears. Alright.
The Bronze Division champion approaches. I hope you're ready for the challenge awaiting you in the Silver Division. Remember, Soldier's the champion at this level. He'll be watching you.
Dogs nipping at my heels aren't worthy of watching.
What do you need?
Let's fight.
Now that you are champion of the Bronze Division, the Silver Division awaits. It seems that, indirectly, this serpent has decided to keep your career interesting. A demon has been added to the regular roster since your earlier victory. And since you've shown aptitude, I'm letting you face him first. This is indeed an honor, though it will not be easy. Are you ready to defeat this horror?
Yes.
Excellent.
Will the demon rend flesh from bone, or will a lone warrior prove stronger?
Legendary strike.
Another demon falls. We shall have to add a new division for you alone if this keeps up. Kylon the Serpent wishes to speak with you personally. This is a rare honor. Do try to be polite. You have already been granted access to the back room of the arena, and the Serpent's private chamber is just off of it. You may as well go now and see what he wants. Oh, and one other thing. The Serpent has requested that you visitate him alone. I know you usually have a friend with you, but they'll have to remain behind for this meeting.
We should have told you that Kylon will only see you alone. Are you ready to go in now?
Yep, I'll go in alone.
Be wary. Kylon could either be a strong ally or your worst enemy. If anything goes wrong, I'll be waiting with the others. They're not far off.
It is vital that we talk a moment. You handled yourself well against the demonic servitor. It was a rewarding experience for us both, I'm sure. Take this as my thanks. You are a young man, but I know you have the wisdom to see that my friendship has advantages. You may find that certain opportunities, mutually rewarding arrangements between us, will come your way in the near future.
If you were proposing I cheat or throw fights, I refuse.
Cheat is such a pedestrian term. I prefer to think of myself as a creative engineer. Like the fountains that channel water throughout the land, I spread entertainment to the people. Right now is an interesting time for an organization known as the Guild. I've no doubt that Kui has told you about us, if you didn't already know. Our organization is involved in many different activities, most of which operate below the view of the authorities of this great empire.
You're a bunch of criminals.
Come now. We're above calling each other names, aren't we? The Guild, you see, has recently developed a vacancy in its upper echelons. A man by the name of Gao the Greater has been killed, and with his death, a new leader must be chosen. I intend to replace him in that role, and I need good people to back me.
You want to be a pirate-backing slave trader with an arrogant dog of a son?
You knew him, yet you aren't associated with our organization. The logical conclusion is that you are his killer. If you are the one who killed Gao, then I owe you a favor. Consider my reluctance to turn you into the Lotus Assassins a repayment for that debt in full. There is the matter, however, of your friend, Whirlwind. I'm sure you know that he was one of the fighters here and that he left the arena. But do you know why?
I expected the Lao killed someone he shouldn't have. That seems his style.
How perceptive of you. Whirlwind's past is certainly a colorful one. Did he tell you that he was thrown out of the arena? Public displays of rage and drunkenness, uttered threats of murder, excessive violence, property damage, and I believe several charges of defecating in public.
Nothing I don't already know. I can accept him as he is.
If you trust him, you are a fool. The Black Whirlwind is an impressive fighter, but he is better avoided than confronted. We couldn't let him fight as he was, so he left. His brother, Raging Ox, wisely stayed here and went on to become champion. You could reach that point yourself, you know. Indeed, that's a distinct possibility. To become champion yourself, you will need my support. That means you and I will work together closely.
I want nothing to do with you, Serpent.
You place yourself in a precarious position, my young friend. I would hate to see your career stagnate. You see... What is that noise?
Hey, you can't...
Damn you, Serpent! I'll kill you where you stand!
No, you won't, Whirlwind. Just like last time, you will leave. I can see that this polite discussion has concluded, as so many do, in your odorous presence. We may talk again. Perhaps.
We're leaving now. You and I have to talk. Alone. It's important. Look, you can't trust Kylo. I know he was probably offering you the world, or maybe all the wine in it if he were really crafty, but...
You didn't honestly think you were going to slip down here after that little display, did you, Whirlwind?
Step back, Joe. For once in my life, I've got something important to tell someone.
You have nothing important to say, you lummox. You've embarrassed Kylon the Serpent, and I'm going to make sure you never get a chance to repeat your performance.
I've been waiting for this. Time to cut off the Serpent's tail!
Stone him up! Legendary strike!
He fought like a monster for a little guy.
Everyone's little to you.
Good point, but he was particularly plucky. It's nice when they stick around longer so you can practice your moves. Not the first time I've gone up against one of Kai Lan's thugs, you know. Not at all.
What do you mean?
Remember I told you I used to fight in the arena? Well, I was the best there was. Then my brother came to the city and decided he'd join the arena too. The arena was about the same as it is now. Kui and Kai Lan were there, and Lucky Cho too, but he was just a runt back then.
Is your brother still fighting?
My brother became the arena champion, the Raging Ox. They said he retired, but he didn't retire. He was killed. I should know. I'm the one who killed him.
Why did you kill him?
Raging Ox was one of Kai Lan's men. Well, he wasn't always. Kai Lan approached me first. When I turned him down, he went to my brother instead. When Ox joined up with Kai Lan, I stopped getting good matches. Ox was fighting his way to becoming champion, and doing a little work for the guild on the side.
That must have made things awkward between you two.
He was so cocksure and wouldn't listen to his older brother. Once he fell in with Kai Lan, he stopped talking to me. Soon Ox became Kai Lan's enforcer and carried out his bidding. He'd skulk around in robes so no one would know the arena champion was a common thug. One night I followed Ox back to Kai Lan's. I was drunk and I was mad. I just wanted to tell Ox how dangerous Kai Lan was, convince him to leave. But Kai Lan was there. He tried to interfere. I attacked him, and Ox tried to stop me. When it was over, Ox was dead, and my axe was covered in his blood.
What happened then?
Kai Lan just stood there, smiling. I would have killed him if I wasn't so stunned. After that, I left. For the first time in my life, I ran. I ran, and then I drank myself into a stupor that lasted for half a year.
Kai Lan truly is a serpent.
You do what you have to in the arena. Just don't fool yourself about working with a serpent. Lucky Cho's death just put you on the serpent's wanted list. I'd really like to see Kai Lan's face if you become arena champion. Of course, I'd rather just kill him. Come on, let's go.
Font and focus button. Oh, we got a Discord notification. I'm not gonna answer that right now.
They say you're in good with the guild. You're allowed into the back rooms where Sweet Poison Lynn runs her shop, aren't you? I have a favor to ask of you when you have a moment. My name's Gambler Daoshin, by the way. I run the straightest dice in the Imperial City. I wouldn't want to feed my children with tarnished silver, would I? Good odds and fair play. That's how I keep them coming back.
What's the nature of the game?
A simple enough game called high-low. You predict how you'll roll against my toss and double your coin if you're right. You'll catch on easily enough, I'm sure.
What's this favor you need me to do?
I know you're allowed to go freely into the back room past Kui's office. Would you carry a message to someone in there for me? Just someone in there for me.
Uh-oh.
Just someone in there for
My
me.
game's glitching out. That's not good. I might have to wrap this up sooner than I thought. Anyways, that sounds easy enough. I'll be happy to help.
There's a merchant in the back named Sweet Poison Lynn. She has connections with the guild, the real authorities in this place. I want to expand my operation, but without the guild's approval and protection, I can only take very small bets. If I made any larger transactions, they'd be quite upset.
What would it take to get their protection?
I spoke to some of the lesser guild members, and there's a set fee that must be paid to Sweet Poison Lynn. It took me some time to save up the silver, but I have the fee. I just can't get back there to talk to Lynn and pay her directly. If you could go in there and pay her on my behalf, I'd happily repay you.
What's this? Video Game Lovers Live? Oh shit. Well, I really do need to wrap this up then. Anyways, I'll be happy to help. I'll go talk to her.
My thanks. I'm sure Sweet Poison Lynn knows about my interest. I've been angling this deal for a while. You should run back there now. The sooner you go, the sooner we can up the antes.
Alright guys, well, I gotta get going. Thank you all for watching. And don't worry, there will be a part 2 of this, I assure you. I will see you all later. Have a good one, everybody.